Hello, my name is Krourk. In this video, I'll be talking about the Tools of War update for the Simpleton of SWAT, Blockhead of Brutality, the Dunce of Destruction, the Ogryn Skullbreaker. Let's talk about the Ripper for a moment. If you weren't aware, the Blessing can opener was broken from the previous update, allowing for rending to be applied through ranged attacks, trivializing crushers. This update fixes that while adding double stacks via its intended application, the special melee stab attack. Additionally, this attack has provided more penetration, damage, and stagger. If you don't want to run can opener and you have a melee weapon that applies brittleness or rending, you can get the same effect as you would from the can opener blessing in a slightly safer manner, as you will retain the ability to block. The Achlys Mk VII twin-linked heavy stubber is a new addition to the Ogryn's arsenal. It is a fast-firing weapon that excels at delivering hard-hitting, albeit close-range damage to infested, unarmored, maniac enemies. It has generous ammo pool and belt-fed ammo box capacities. Let's have a look at some Dreg Ragers. It handles multiple rages quite well, providing just enough stagger to provide space to dispatch them effectively. The across-the-board change to ready time for the stubber is fantastic, allowing you to react quite well to incoming danger. Additionally, the reduced time to reload feels spot on. Major upsides to the Mk VII is the movement speed and the very manageable recoil. I'm looking to build one with Roaring Advance and Death Spitter to really make it shine. It has great suppression, allowing me to advance on the target and take it out with melee or my blaster. Dreg shotgunners are not suppressed by this weapon as far as I can tell. They can, however, be staggered, giving you an opportunity to advance. At roughly 20 meters, it takes over 100 rounds to kill a group of 5 scab shooters. They're easy to suppress, however, allowing you to close the gap with ease. Here's a quick look at the OG stubber, the Krourk Mk V comparison before we hop into the other new kid on the block, Grogonum Mk IV. The Mk IV is very satisfying to use. It has slow rate of fire, packs a serious punch. These scab shooters don't stand a chance. 25 meters, this weapon is capable of dispatching deadly enemies relatively quickly. For comparison, here is the Mk V and Mk VII variants. As you can see, the effective range of these weapons is pretty apparent. Brunt's Basher Mk IIIb Bully Club is pretty great. To me, it is the most horde-oriented of the Bully Club lineup with the right blessing. It can dispatch crushers fairly well, but not as effectively as the Mk I. One attack combo that is unique to this weapon is using a push attack followed by a light attack followed by a heavy attack. The push attack is a strike down. The light attack strike down is the third attack in the 4-attack combo for light attacks. This unique combo gives you quick access to it. The heavy attack is a 45-degree downward strike from left to right. Here is heavy only attacks against roughly 30 poxwalkers. This took just over 60 seconds to kill them all. Kind of pathetic. The enemies flying all over the place certainly adds to time to kill. There is a blessing I've been waiting for just the right weapon to come along. Haymaker is available on 2 weapons that I'm aware of. One is the combat blade, the other is the bully club. Haymaker, with this weapon, is capable of achieving a full 5 stacks and 2 heavy attacks. I went through this segment very slowly and counted 20 procs of Haymaker. It took 30 seconds, half of the time without Haymaker, to achieve roughly the same kill count. The Haymaker blessing allowed the heavy only combat feel more controlled, with bodies less apt to displace in such an exaggerated fashion since they were dead. It handles these 5 Dreg melee units well. But how does it deal with 5 Scab Ragers? Quite well if they don't fight back. Against one that is engaged in combat, I can't find a way to stagger it quickly with this weapon, and it appears that I'm reliant on stagger accumulation. Scab Maulers are another story. They're basically a joke. Haymaker. 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 None. Haymaker. Haymaker. How does it deal with 3? Haymaker. 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 Easy peasy. The Brunt's Pride Mark II has the same heavy attacks as the Mark I, but in reverse order. This will help with managing Ogryn Gunners, as you get the attack that deals more unyielding damage first, and it is right to left, coming in from the side where they do not have Carapace armor plate. However, it does make dealing with Crushers more difficult than the Mark I, since you can't block cancel to the strike down attack. Mark I Bully Club with Thrust running heavyweight is superior to taking out armor than either the Mark II or Mark III variants. 3 fully charged thrust strikes is all it takes on Damnation difficulty. The light attack pattern for the Mark II is really good. Enemies are kept relatively in place, and this weapon has 3 multi-mob attacks followed by a strike down. The Mark I is a different story. Its light attack pattern is workable, but not ideal, and I typically run with light heavy combo to manage hordes. The light attack pattern of the Mark III is very similar to the Mark II, but you have a strike down for the third strike instead of the fourth. I personally like this more. Here is some bonus testing. I happen to have a Grogonum Mk IV with overwhelming fire, 2% power on chained range hit, same target, stacks 5 times. The stacks of overwhelming fire come on very slowly. I get the full 5 stacks after chonking through 2/3 of Crusher's health pool. You can achieve full stacks in half the Crusher's health bar by a single left clicking. Ideally, I would not use this weapon on a Crusher, but I needed to test the blessing. On an enemy that I would use the Mark IV on, I can achieve only 1 stack before it's dead. Since the power buff is only for hitting a single target, that's all I'll ever get. Time to add in everyone's favorite, Blaze Away.
It is done.
I can achieve 3 of the 5 stacks of Blaze Away before I dispatch a Crusher. I get 0 stacks by the time I kill an Ogryn Gunner. How about 5 Ogryn Gunners? The damage this weapon has is impressive, but the inability to reach 5 stacks of overwhelming fire makes the blessing underwhelming. Blaze Away will require Charmed Reload to achieve full stacks. Here's Charmed Reload with Blaze Away against a Plague Ogryn. Can I make it without reloading? Thanks so much for joining me as I run through the Tools of War changes for the Dum-Dum of Death, the Ogryn Skullbreaker. Leave a comment, let me know your thoughts. Dig the dialogue, and I appreciate the feedback I've received so far. Peace.